Sometimes when I'm talking to people, I mention I have a YouTube channel and they ask what it is so they can follow it, which is amazing. The only problem is my name is a bit hard to spell, so instead I usually hand them a business card with my QR code on it, and this has been really successful. And I started to wonder, would it be possible to crochet a QR code and have it on the back of a cardigan so people could easily scan it? Like a QR-digan? I wanted to find out. My first thought for how to crochet a QR code was to make 3 half double crochets per pixel on the QR code. The only problem was it was kind of easy to miscount, so I did have to start over. With the proper calculation of needing 3 crochets per pixel and the QR code being 25 by 25 pixels, you can see that I was a bit worried as to how big the cardigan was going to have to be with this strategy, so I started over again. Okay, 2 half double crochets per pixel. That must be right. Space, something is wrong. At least it looks like this is the right size using half double crochets. So this is half detangled yarn to make this. And honestly, it's so frustrating with the yarn all tangled and switching between the colors and carrying the colors. And I don't even think it looks great or anything. So I really quickly Googled how to crochet a QR code because I learned at the yarn store today that I am not the first person who has thought of this. And someone mentioned a mosaic stitch. I tried 3 different techniques. I tried the thing that you watched me do, which apparently is called tapestry crochet. And I didn't like how that was looking, so I frogged that. Did some research, discovered mosaic / overlap crochet. Tried that, basically discovered that because there are so many lines in a row of the black or the white, either color, it seems like that's impossible. So then I gave up on that. Then I tried C to C, corner to corner crocheting, because I saw someone recommend that on Reddit. It just seems to present me with the same problems as tapestry, but without my pre-existing knowledge. So I'm giving up for tonight because it's past my bedtime, and maybe tomorrow I'm just gonna go back to the tapestry crochet. Too bad I unraveled it and I have to start over tomorrow. Good morning. I do think I'm going to basically do exactly what I did before, but with 2 differences. First of all, I'm going to try just crocheting in the back loop whenever I do a different color. The second thing I'm going to do different is I am just going to crochet right to left and then finish off the end of a row with the 2 colors, which is what they do for the mosaic stitch. I just think it'll keep things simpler. Here's where we are. I think it's pretty obvious. This is leaning really hard right because I'm going just this way the whole time, I think is why. And also probably because I'm pulling the yarn in a certain way. It's just so frustrating. I don't know what to do. I think I figured it out. I am using that corner to corner thing that I mentioned trying last night, and I am very, very liberally cutting yarn. Basically, anytime a color change is going to happen, I've been changing yarn, cutting the yarn and like tying it in a little knot. This is what it looks like. And I'm really quickly going to sew in all of these ends, and then we'll see what it looks like, and we'll be able to compare it against the QR code on my business card. That looks so much better. It was a lot of ends to figure out. Look what we got here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're 7 along. So if you look here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where this white one ends, this is what we've done. I am enjoying this a lot more. This is working a lot better for me. I just think I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I think it's just going to get better and more even and look better the farther I go. Like, yeah, this one is a huge mess, but hopefully it works anyway in terms of QR code. That is another diagonal row sort of thing. So I think we're at 10 by 10 by now, which is very cool, but I have to take care of all these ends. My new plan is to weave them all to like the edge, and I will then make like little bundles at the edge to at least like keep them that way, and they'll get woven in when I make a border for this thing. But I do think it's good. And QR code E. I am pausing for now. We are 10 pixels deep, so almost halfway, and I'm feeling much better. It's not perfect, but I'm hoping it'll work. And that is something that I realized as I was putting in tails, is that I have no proof of concept here. But it'll probably be a fun video if I have to completely start over after making the whole QR code. I did decide to copy my QR code into Stitch Fiddle, which you might remember from my embroidery video, to more easily keep track of what diagonal I was on and to stop hurting my eyes from staring at the tiny business card. It was time to head home, and I didn't want to be working with the finicky QR code itself on the plane, so I started working on the cardigan. We stopped again at Birdhouse Yarns on the way to the airport, and I bought some fun blues and used corner to corner to make little 5x5 squares. I have made 15 of the individual squares for the rest of the jacket to surround the QR code, and that was a whole skein. So now I know that one skein equals 15 squares, so that's useful for the rest of the jacket. Anyway, I decided to lay it out in 5x5, which is then 25x25, and this is how much I've done so far. This is going to take so much longer than I thought it was going to. I am so much better at corner to corner crocheting now. Should I start over for the QR code? Because like it's been weaving in really bad, and I left all like the ends, I didn't weave them in as I went. That's a lot of work to leave on the table, literally and metaphorically. No, I'm gonna keep going, and if it doesn't look quite right, I at least will get to test if the scanning actually works. It was a huge mistake. Huge mistake to bring them all to the end, because now I'm trying to like weave them in all in the same place, and I've gotten so much better at this point. I'm gonna start over. And that's fine. That's fine, because I learned so much, and it's gonna be so much better going forward. And I have the pattern on my computer now. It's going to be okay. We're going to be fine. We got this. So I started over. I was trying to make color changes less stressful. Gosh, it's so messy that I'm genuinely wondering if making a bunch of individual squares is a better way to go. Like, it seems ridiculous, but it just seems like it would genuinely look cleaner. Am I trying out Tunisian crochet just to see if that maybe can make an easier, cleaner checkerboard? Maybe. Apparently, this checkerboard pattern for a Tunisian stitch that I'm thinking of doing, I mean, checkerboard, that's just what I searched for. It's just corner to corner, but with Tunisian crochet. But it seems like because Tunisian crochet, it's much more like woven. You're actually attaching on all the sides, which I think is going to really fix the shape. So yeah, I'm going to try it. It's what I do. This is how I learn new things. I choose projects that I don't know how I'm going to do them. Then I learn all these different techniques. I'm still glad that I have the corner to corner border squares for the rest of the cardigan, just because I think I'll enjoy doing that more when they're all one color. But I think this will be really good for the QR code itself. I learned Tunisian crochet, and while I'm not quite doing the like checkerboard pattern, I'm being a little loosey-goosey. It's not like a full corner to corner Tunisian crochet kind of thing, but I am really proud of how clean this looks. I know that the edges are a tiny bit wonky, but I don't think they're anything that doing a little bit of a single crochet border won't fix, and I just think the squares all look so clean and so good. I'm just really proud of it right now. I'm starting to get worried about how inconsistent I've been. So for example, this black square in the middle is supposed to be like a single pixel. And this white square in the middle up here is supposed to be 2 pixels side by side. And despite being a software engineer, I'm not 100% sure about how QR codes work. The question is, do I start over again or do I keep going? I'm gonna go for a walk, and then I'll figure it out. So I'm sick. My brain is very sick brain, which is difficult. So instead of continuing with the new Tunisian crochet QR code, I'm gonna go back to making the surrounding patches, squares, corner to corner crochet, and we'll see how that works. I'm still sick. I didn't think I'd be checking in again until I felt better. But I ran out of black yarn because I did do some work on the QR code. And when I went to my local yarn store, they were out of the black color. Someone had just come in and gotten all of that. So I got this instead. I think it should be okay. I'm finally halfway done. Look at that. That is actually, I think, gonna fit on my back nicely, assuming that it works, which I will not know until I do the other half. But at least it's going to go faster the more that I progress forward, because we're decreasing. That's nice. I'm just so happy to finally reach the halfway point. Honestly, this is incredible. I have officially run out of the white yarn, so I think it's time to take apart my draft QR codes. In the interest of not tearing my hair out over having to take apart the old QR code, I went upstairs and I grabbed this big twist yarn. But here's the problem. I think it's too white compared to the Uptown worsted universal threads yarn that I've been using. This is the new white, this is the old white. And to me, they look different. What was that?
We can also try going back to needles and hooks.
You feel like driving today?
I could do that.
Really?
Yeah.
We could go today?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Leaving the house is very nice and good for my mental health.
Let's do that.
Cool.
We're gonna do that. Problem solved. We're gonna go buy more yarn.
Can you check and see how late they're open?
Yes. Ignore my hair, I just woke up. So last night, I'm like trying to fall asleep and I genuinely struggled because I was so excited. I was so excited because I only have 10 diagonals left on the cardigan. So I was literally trying to fall asleep and picturing being done and getting to try scanning it and seeing if it actually works. And of course, this is a daydream, so it worked. And it took like 2 hours to fall asleep. This is what my projects do to me. So I'm gonna finish the QR code today. What's wild is realizing this isn't even the end of the project. I have to figure out how I'm going to frame the QR code, and then I have to make the rest of the cardigan. And I have your phone in position to accept the QR. Oh my god, I'm so scared. I shouldn't be this scared. I'm so scared.
QR scanner?
QR scanner. Oh no.
It's not on a flat surface. That might be right.
Oh, okay. Floor. It worked! Originally, I wasn't really gonna go over the whole water blocking process, but I am doing something new this time, and a friend pointed out to me last night that I haven't actually discussed what water blocking is in a while since my spinning wool video, and that also it went horribly wrong in my Mario cardigan video. So I'm going to explain it and then it'll go right this time. When yarn gets wet, like when hair gets wet, it kind of relaxes and it can be reshaped. So kind of like, you know, you get your hair flat ironed or like setting the proteins in your hair, but then when it gets wet, it can do things again. Or like in the Legally Blonde scene, the daughter got a perm and then took a shower, but she couldn't have taken a shower because her perm is intact. It's like that, but with yarn. We're going to soak it, waterlog it with lukewarm to warm water. And I'm going to use the yuzu wool soak that I bought for the lime slice blanket that I made. And then after that, we're going to shape it. Historically with water blocking, I've just let whatever I'm making hang dry. And this worked really effectively for my shawl and really badly for the Mario cardigan. Because the QR code needs to actually be, you know, square and regular for it to register with QR code scanners, and because I want it to be a particular size, because I've like measured and designed based off a certain size, I decided to buy something that I saw on the internet. But I did buy it from an independent store, so that makes me feel good. So these are foam puzzle pieces that I can use pins to pin my QR code and anything I crochet really into the shape that I want. And they're puzzle pieces that you can make them as big or as small as you need depending on the project. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's probably gonna work. Now I'm going to wrap it in this towel to try to squeeze out a majority of the moisture before we're gonna let it air dry on the foam puzzle pieces. So here we go. Oh, this is not happening. Oh, maybe it will happen. We'll see. We'll see what we can accomplish. We want to make the white border 18 and then the QR code a square within that. And now I think we're going to leave that for like 24 hours or something. Wow, that worked so well. Gonna be honest that I was not expecting this. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but this worked really well. So what am I saying? It's gonna be this color here? I don't really like that. Honestly, I don't know if I like this color at all. But then, what am I saying? I have to go back to the yarn store? I only have 3 of these left. How am I gonna make the sleeves? Well, I definitely have to go to the yarn store today. Not the greatest lighting in the world because it's nighttime, but here's where we are. I've attached all of the panels. I've attached all the individual squares, and then the shoulder panels are attached the same way. And originally I thought it would be like this, and obviously even this is a little too low to be a jacket. I'm definitely going to be adding more panels. And I think I want the QR code to be a little taller, like that. So obviously going to be adding some more squares. And then, it's hard to tell, but you can see that because of that, the front hangs lower than the back. So I'm also going to have to make another row for the back, which was originally my plan. And then I went, oh, I don't need it to be that long, it's fine. And I guess I could like detach some squares, but I don't want to do that because attaching them was such a pain. And because I didn't just crochet them together, I actually like sewed them together. It's gonna be too hard. I'm not doing that. We're just making a lot more squares. And that's not even considering the sleeves that we're making soon, but let's, Okay, I haven't been filming for a couple days, actually maybe longer than that, because I have tried 2 times to make sleeves, and the first time it was too small, and then the second time it was too big. And so now I'm instead of like trying to attach it for real, I'm just like temporarily attaching it because undoing the mattress stitch is so annoying. I don't know, time consuming, effort consuming. So now I'm just doing slip stitch, and not even the whole way, slip stitch and then chaining and then slip stitching in. Just I'm loosely attaching things. I'm gonna get the fit and then I'll figure it out. At this point, the circumference of the sleeves that I had estimated and crocheted enough squares for is too small. So no matter what, I'm gonna have to make more squares. Also, I'm gonna have to struggle with like a pattern that hopefully doesn't keep like squares next to ones of their own color. It's so funny because I watch sewing videos sometimes. I'm excited and nervous to learn to sew at some point this year. And apparently with sewing, sleeves are really hard. And I guess I hoped that wouldn't be a problem with crocheting. And in the past, it hasn't really been that much of a problem, although I have blocked out most of doing the Mario cardigan sleeves. But for the other, like the sweater I crocheted and the hexagon cardigan that I crocheted off camera, those were fine. And I guess I was hoping it would be the same for this, but it's not, and that's okay. And I will just figure it out. It's been at least a week since the last time I updated you, I think. We are working on the second sleeve. I am working on the second sleeve. You're doing nothing to help me. I wish you could. I wish you could help me. This is so much work. So yeah, I just started attaching this one. And then I have this last row. And then I'll be attaching it to the cardigan. I really thought when the QR code itself was done that this would be the easy part. Yeah, making something without a pattern and having to try and undo and try and undo. It's a lot. I've been having dreams of trying to scan QR codes. I just really hope it works by the time it's all done. We are encountering problems, but that's okay. First of all, second sleeve done and matches this one, and it looks really good, and I'm happy about that. So we're okay there. But the problem is this just isn't big enough. And remember, the main problem I have on the back, I think I've talked about this, is that if I pull this too closed, that warps the QR code. So then it doesn't scan. And I should have kind of accounted for this with the extra weight of the sleeves, but this is being pulled open here and here, just a little too much for my happiness. So I'm going to add some more squares here to fill this in. And then I thought I'd do half squares here, but the more that I look at how it looks when it's just like open, the more that I think I just need to do full squares. And that's okay. Like I'm not upset about that. That's fine. Oh, it does mean more weaving in the ends though. That's fine. It's 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 fine. I did weave all the ends in on this sleeve except for like the seam from closing the whole thing. So that's done. This sleeve didn't do that. You can see them here, but I will eventually. Maybe I'll do that now. And then I'm gonna go and count which of all of the squares I need to add. Hello. I apologize if my voice sounds kind of weird. I've been doing a lot of talking today and I'm tired. So I have finished at this point most of the cardigan. Everything except for the ribbing. And at this point, if it is on my back, QR code doesn't scan. But if I put it on the ground where it's like perfectly flat and like able to be square, it works perfectly. Even if I hold it up like perfectly straight across the squares at the top, so it's like not sitting on my curved shoulders, that works. I thought that I thought that the double crochet that I did here would compensate for the shoulder slumping, and since that's not working and I hate how a double crochet border looks, I think I'm gonna take it apart and then sew the QR code directly into the cardigan. That's just a lot of yarn. I think this looks so much better, don't you? Obviously, it still doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work on my back. It does work if I put it flat, like on the ground or like on a table or something like that. And I think I'm gonna try putting it on like the back of a chair and seeing if that works. I'm just trying to figure out if I can wear it in public and somehow make it work where if people want to scan it, they can scan it. But I think it looks really cute and it's really cozy. So what I'm going to do now is do some ribbing on the sleeves. Okay, The sleeves are done. So now I'm just going to do a nice little single crochet border around the entire cardigan, and then I think it'll be time for the reveal.